Ever thought about how some folks seem to save a lot more even though they earn just as much as you? Now let's delve into this. They've perfected the skill of living frugally. Now don't let the word frugal intimidate you. It's not about denying oneself of the joys in life, rather it's about making smart decisions with your hard-earned cash. Picture this scenario. You're in a shop, presented with a choice between a necessity and a desire. Which would you pick? Living frugally is recognizing this distinction and making the correct choice. Misconceptions abound that a frugal life equates to a boring one. But let's dispel this falsehood immediately. It's not about sacrificing your favorite things, but rather about finding a harmony that lets you savor life while setting aside money for your future. Remember, frugality isn't about denying yourself joy. It's about being knowledgeable about where your money is going and making mindful choices. So, how can you live more frugally without sacrificing your quality of life? Well, let's dive right in. It all begins with creating a budget and sticking to it. Picture this. You're setting out on a road trip with no map. You'd likely get lost, right? The same goes for your finances. A budget is your roadmap guiding you towards your financial goals. It helps you see where your money is going and where you can trim the fat. Next, let's talk about reducing unnecessary expenses. Consider your regular morning coffee run. If you're spending $5 every weekday morning on coffee, that's $25 a week, $100 a month, and $1,200 a year. Now imagine redirecting that money into savings or paying off debt. Suddenly, home-brewed coffee doesn't seem so bad, does it? Now on to shopping smarter. We all love a good deal, but it's easy to get swept up in sales and end up buying things we don't need. Instead, try to focus on purchasing items that are on your list and that you'll truly use. And remember, sometimes less is more. Using cash instead of credit cards is another great way to live frugally. It's easy to swipe a card and lose track of spending, but when you use cash, you physically see the money leaving your hand, making you more mindful of your spending habits. Lastly, investing in quality items that will last longer can save you money in the long run. Think about it. If you buy a cheap pair of shoes that wear out in 6 months, you'll have to buy another pair, doubling the cost. But if you invest a bit more in a quality pair that lasts a couple of years, you end up saving money. With these tips, you can start your journey towards frugal living today. Remember, it's all about making smarter choices with your money. Let's take a moment to review what we've learned today. We dove into the art of frugal living, a practice not about penny pinching, but about making mindful, intentional decisions with your money. It's an art form, really, a way to maximize your resources and get more value out of your hard-earned dollars. In our journey, we also explored some practical tips that can help you live frugally without feeling deprived. These include simple strategies like planning your meals, cutting down on unnecessary expenses, and finding joy in the free and simple things life has to offer. Remember, frugal living isn't about cutting corners and denying yourself of life's pleasures. Rather, it's about understanding your financial situation, setting realistic goals, and making smart choices that align with these goals. Being frugal doesn't mean you have to live a life of deprivation. Instead, it's about living within your means and making the most out of what you have. Start today and see the difference it can make in your life.